There once were 3 dwarves who lived in the walls. One barked like a dog, one crawled on all fours. They babbled away most of the nights, in the deep dark place bereft of all lights. No one could quite recall why they'd been sealed in the walls, but they remembered. The ones they dismembered. And now we're coming to the next part of the story, but alas, I warn you, it will be quite gory. For years they spent, hunchbacked and bent, sleeping on floors and searching for hidden doors, with nothing to do but prattle and spew. One night while taking accounts to check on the booze amounts, the dwarf did scream and shout, "We have no more cider!" And so she befriended a spider. Hello. No worse curse there is for a dwarf than to be bereft of inebriation. There is no positive outcome that could be made from that situation. And so, after months of drinking muddy water, there was nothing left to do but bloody slaughter. Without the booze, there was no good news. She couldn't pray, she couldn't work, so at last she went berserk. The dwarf Rovod Enchaludil took her pick, made from stone and stick. Her wits leaking from her ear, she drew near to Savesh Crudeboat and began to bark. "I am about to lose it!" Striking with her pick, the severed parts sailed off in an arc. "Savesh Crudeboat is really dead. I am not feeling sad right now." Once there were 2 dwarves who lived in the walls. One brimmed with rage, the other stalked the halls. Though not long did this pairing last, for Ficod toppled a statue quite fast. For this disgrace she lost much face. She changed hue and became quite blue. Sad and depressed she grew all day, until she decided to lock herself away. No harm would she bring to her kin. For her, life was a sacred thing, even for those whom death springs. So she imprisoned herself, encased in the walls of the walls, and lay aground in sadness, so that she might reject badness. There were once 4 trolls who lived in a hole. They stood around all day and dreamed of getting away. They'd been sealed in, like a lid on a bin, until the opening gave way. Their escape had come! Hooray! They crept about in the halls of stone, looking for their way home. All they found was a strange fetid smell like blood and bone, and a berserk dwarf who was all alone. The last to see the face of our dwarven cretin was that of a wizened old eton. He'd been in prison since the day he'd arisen, but ne'er would he have travelled to this fortress had he known to fear those kin of the shortness. There's not too much more to this story. I told you it would be gory. All things must come to an end, but for our friend, there was no great deed in their life, only a span of time filled with strife. No great battle, just a death rattle. No glorious tomb or sarcophagus, only fumes of spume in the esophagus. Starvation, deprivation, insanity, and barbarity. That is the life of the criminal morality.